Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. So in ADA has now shown an initial break of this trend line here that we discussed before. So I'm watching if we are now in the B wave pullback. I've added a support zone now for this B wave pullback. I'm also going to present you with an alternative just in case we only get a shallow pullback. So let's just do a bit of a recap where we come from. Current assumption is that the price started here with a leading diagonal in a wave, basically a wave one of a leading diagonal into the July highs. We had a deep wave to pull back into the September lows. And now the price could be in this third wave to the upside. The third wave should be an ABC structure because we are dealing with a diagonal. This wave one was also an ABC structure. So the third wave has to be one as well. Third wave could target, what we normally say as an absolute bare minimum, the 1-to-1 ratio that wasn't even reached. The ideal range is more in the region around 46 to 57 cents for a third wave in a diagonal. So that hasn't even been reached. So I'm watching for a more extended, pronounced ABC structure in wave 3. And here the two scenarios are coming in now because an A wave might be finished. An A wave can be a 3-wave move. An A wave can also be a 5-wave move. That's the uncertainty we deal with. So oftentimes an A wave is a 3-wave move, and the choppy nature of it would suggest it. However, I cannot rule out that we get 5 waves up. But first of all, let's focus on the idea that the A wave produced only 3 waves, and we're now coming back in the B wave. I have added for this purpose now a support area. To be honest, I need to change it slightly and just see that now. If this is a wave B pullback, we want to allow it to come down to the 78.6 retracement level if it needs to. And I might just slightly need to adjust it. Yeah. So this would be the support level that is based on the entire length from the start of wave 3 to the current top. And this is typically the target range for a B wave. A B wave doesn't really have a target. It's more like support. So it doesn't need to come down that much. It's just a corrective structure. So a corrective structure, especially a B wave, can be extremely shallow, can be very deep, okay, but it gives you the fib levels to watch between 32.5 cents and 26.4 cents. After that, we could be watching for a C wave rally of wave 3. Now, this is the primary scenario. In this scenario, we can now focus on lower against the last swing high of 39.4 cents. As long as this level isn't broken, the focus can be on lower, but we haven't got any clear evidence that the top is in place, okay? It would take a break of at least the last swing low at 34 cents to really suggest and confirm that we are coming down now in the B wave. The B wave will likely take a few days to play out, maybe even a couple of weeks, and it would likely be an ABC structure in itself, and we're now coming down in the A wave. This is scenario number 1. In another scenario, I'm going to add that in yellow. We are dealing with an A wave, but in a leading diagonal itself. This is where it's getting complicated. But to keep it simple, this would be a wave 1. I have to change the color, and I have to change the wave degree of these. Otherwise you can see it. So yeah, this is basically the alternative. 1, 2. The rally was a third wave, okay? We're now coming down in a fourth, and would then move up once more in a wave 5. So this would not come down that much, okay? So there are basically just two scenarios that are possible here. And that would be in case we're dealing with a wave 4. So you see these support areas partially overlap, but I also have to add the 61.8 fib. So they partially overlap. But these are the two support areas for our two scenarios. And that means we have a bit of an overlap there. That means after wave 4 is done, we could get one more high and then come down in wave B, or we come down in wave B straight away. When do we know the difference? Well, we probably won't know it until we see the structure of the next rally after this pullback. The pullback is ideally now either a wave 4 or an A wave. Then we get a B wave or a wave 5. And if it's an impulse, well, no, it wouldn't be an impulse. Yeah, it would be difficult to detect, really. It would be difficult to detect. Most importantly, and that's the most the simplest and most straightforward message here is that against the 26.4 cent level, the focus can be on higher. So the lower we go, the better the reward to risk ratio. It might be shallow, it might be deep. That's what the market will decide. Yeah? But these are the two scenarios you can work with if you want to trade this. But I mean, again, trading corrective structures always leaves different options. So that's why you might want to just focus on setups or charts where we have a 1-2 setup. Certainly, these are no high quality setups here. Yeah? We have no 1-2 setup. We're dealing here currently with corrective structures. So that's why we need a little bit more flexibility here. For example, the wave 4 in a diagonal, it might be enough to only touch the 35 cent level here and then go. Yeah. Then we basically, if we see this, then it's quite clear we're likely in a wave 5. The deeper it goes, the more likely it gets, I would say, that the white B wave is playing out. We can actually keep it quite simple. We could say that, okay, so if the correction only moves into the area between 32.5 and 35 cents, it's likely the yellow count. If it goes all the way down to 30.7 cents, it could be white or yellow. Below 30.7 cents, it's likely white, because that would allow for a deeper pullback, and below the 50% fib level, probabilities shift towards the white count. So hopefully that gives you good support levels to watch. Yeah. So there is good support in this region, especially where you have two support areas overlap quite nicely. But overall, we're tracking a bullish scenario for ADA, and against 26.4 cents, we are focusing on higher. That's my update about ADA. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the links in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.